Hi everyone, today we are presenting a comparison between two major operating systems, HarmonyOS and AndroidOS. So, here are our team members. Now, let's dive into the fascinating world of HarmonyOS versus AndroidOS. In today's digital world, integrating devices from smartphones to smart homes has become easier than ever. This is all thanks to operating systems or OS, which act as the foundation of modern technology. Among the most well-known operating systems are AndroidOS and HarmonyOS. While HarmonyOS is often seen as Huawei's response to Android, its approach to cross-device integration and optimization sets it apart. In this video, we will compare these two operating systems, focusing on their functionality, challenges, opportunities, and their ecosystems to understand what makes them unique. Let's start with AndroidOS. Developed by Google, Android is a Linux-based operating system primarily designed for mobile devices like smartphones and tablets. It features a Linux kernel-based architecture, a graphical user interface, a web browser, and access to millions of applications. Originally, Android was designed for low-cost phones with traditional keypads. However, over time, it evolved into an open-source project under the Apache V2 license, expanding to devices such as gaming consoles and digital cameras. Despite being open source, most Android devices come preloaded with proprietary applications such as Google Maps, YouTube, Google Chrome, and Gmail. These apps enhance functionality and provide a smooth user experience. Now, let's look at HarmonyOS. Also known as HongMengOS in China, HarmonyOS is a distributed operating system developed by Huawei. Unlike Android, which is based on the Linux kernel, HarmonyOS uses a microkernel-based architecture. First launched in 2019, HarmonyOS was designed to provide a seamless experience across different devices, including smartphones, smart TV, tablets, wearables, and IoT devices. The goal of HarmonyOS is to create an ecosystem where all devices communicate effortlessly with one another. Its distributed architecture enhances performance, making interactions between different devices smoother. For example, a Huawei phone running HarmonyOS can seamlessly connect with a Huawei Smart TV or smartwatch without additional setup, providing an integrated and user-friendly experience.
Hi guys, before I start explaining my point for the main difference between the HarmonyOS and AndroidOS, I will further explain the definition of the operating system. So, what is an operating system? Operating system is a low-level software that provides the service to the computer, and then it manages all the resources, such as for example, the operating system is Microsoft, iOS, HarmonyOS, and the others. So, if we don't have OS, we cannot have the service provided by the computer to us as a user. Hi, I'm going to talk about the main difference between the HarmonyOS and Android. What is the HarmonyOS and what is AndroidOS? HarmonyOS is an operating system that is developed by Huawei, while AndroidOS is an operating system that is developed by Google. These systems are used on smart devices. However, there are significant differences between these two operating systems, which is, yes, their architecture. HarmonyOS is built on microkernel architecture, while Android is built on monolithic kernel architecture. What is a microkernel architecture and what is a monolithic kernel architecture? Microkernel architecture is a minimalist design where only essential system functions are run in the kernel, such as interprocess, communication, and basic scheduling. while the others are run in user space that will make it more protected and modular. This function can help make the system becomes more efficient. For example, if some devices crash, it will not crash the whole system since the process is isolated. Monolithic kernel architecture is a system where the most system services and drivers are integrated together and run in the kernel space. It will be more feature-rich but more complex. The system could crash the entire OS if one of the subsystems fails. For example, if a hardware driver fails, the entire system will fail. Even the system is not as efficient as microkernel architecture, but this system can allow it to handle resource-heavy tasks efficiently because all the subsystems are run in the same space, which is the kernel space. Wow, amazing, right? I also amazed with these two operating systems.
And then we go to next part, which is we will answer the how does HarmonyOS handle device connection differently from Android. First, which is system architecture, and then HarmonyOS can handle the device connection with multiple device support. System architecture. HarmonyOS is designed to run across several devices using a distributed architecture. This allows seamless interaction between devices, making them feel like one unified system. HarmonyOS works across multiple devices and it provides seamless transition between them. HarmonyOS also uses a technology called dissolved bus for communication. For example, a user can start watching a movie on their phone and seamlessly transfer into their TV without interruption. So, the device can integrate into a super device that enable effortless across device media streaming, and the device no need for manual pairing or extra configuration. While Android, on the other hand, has more centralized architecture. Each device operates independently, requiring separate configuration for connectivity. Android device function separately. It is required manual pairing like Bluetooth and Wi-Fi direct, and it depends on the third-party apps for across-device connectivity. And then we go to the second part, which is multiple device compatibility support. Unlike Android, which follow more monotonous model, HarmonyOS is designed to support a wide range of device architecture. With its adaptability, developer can create programs that run on various devices, including smartphone, smartwatch, and smart home gadget. This flexibility makes HarmonyOS more versatile platform. One of HarmonyOS defining feature is multiple device compatibility, which set it apart from Android. This is achieved through its kernel abstraction layer (KAL) subsystem. The KAL allows developers to use different operating system kernel based on the device available resource. For low power gadget like smartwatch, HarmonyOS employs the LightOS kernel instead of Linux. For example, Huawei Watch GT series runs on LightOS, ensuring efficient performance on low power hardware without compromising functionality. On the other hand, Android offers application function independently on each device. Developer must create different app versions for different screen size, which can be challenging. Although Google has made improvement with features like Samsung DeX mode, foldable phone optimization, and Chromebook integration, Android still lack a unified framework like HarmonyOS. That's all from me. Thank you.
Now, let's move on to the question number 3. For the developer, which operating system should they use? Is it HarmonyOS or Android?
For every mobile application development, the first step is always going to be choosing the right operating system. Now, this step is very crucial because it will dictate the environment where the application will be built, the functionality, the market reachability, and also the overall experience for the users. After doing a lot of research and findings, we decide that even though HarmonyOS has in a way a seamless cross-device integration, we still decide that Android is far more superior platform for the developer because of two reasons, which is flexibility and also its market reach. Now, let's move on to the first reason, which is development flexibility. Now, what is meant by development flexibility? It means the ability of a platform or system to adapt efficiently to changes, new requirements, or uncertainties in the development process. Now, there are 4 factors in development flexibilities, which is device compatibility, programming language options, customization or modification, and also cross-platform integration. When it comes to development flexibility, Android has a clear advantage. Now, why we say this? This is because Android supports a much larger range of devices and has a well-established ecosystem for application development, making it the preferred choice for many developers out there. Now, it's undeniable that HarmonyOS offers an innovative distributed architecture that enables a seamless communication between devices. But in real-world application, this innovation is highly Huawei-centric. What is mean that is mostly limited to Huawei device and a selected third-party brands only. Now, this dependency cause restriction on integration with other products, particularly those running on different operating systems. Since Android is widely used by major manufacturers such as Samsung and Google, or also Oppo, this limitation creates a major challenge for HarmonyOS in expanding its reach in global level. Now, meanwhile, Android has had years to refine its platform, providing developers with abundance of tools and also resources. Since its introduction in 2008, Android has continuously evolved, making it easier for developers to create and optimize apps across a variety of devices. Now, on the other hand, HarmonyOS is still in its earlier stages. It lacks the solid foundation needed to build a developer community and also a ecosystem as well as established as Android. Then, let's move on to the second reason, which is the market reachability. Take a look at this graph. This graph shows the mobile operating system market share worldwide. Now, at the top, you can see that Android dominated the market, where they hold 73.49% of market share worldwide, and even its closest competitor, which is iOS from Apple, has not yet reached the same level of popularity despite the ongoing rivalry between these two platforms. Now, from the developer perspective, a larger market means more audience, and more audience leads to a higher profit and also revenue. Meanwhile, HarmonyOS, along with other competitors, is still years behind in gaining the same worldwide recognition as a reputable operating system, which directly contributed to its adoption outside of China. While HarmonyOS has seen growth in the country of China, expanding internationally has proven to be a challenge. Now, one major reason for this limitation is the ban on Huawei in the United States, which has significantly hindered the HarmonyOS ability to attract a broader user base worldwide. While it is important to note that the ban on Huawei itself is what caused the development of HarmonyOS in the first place, without access to key markets in the US, its global expansion remained uncertain, and this uncertainty caused many developers to choose the safer route of Android as the preferred operating system for their application development. Now, in addition to the market size, Android also offers developers with multiple monetization options to the Google Play Store platform. Now, developers can earn revenue in many ways, such as in-app purchases, advertisement, and also subscription, giving them a greater flexibility in generating income. Now, with billions of users accessing the Play Store, Android provides developers with more opportunities to grow their businesses and also maximize their reach. This cannot be said the same as HarmonyOS, which utilizes the platform of Huawei App Gallery, which the number of users is not as large as Google Play Store users. Now, ultimately, its global market dominance makes Android the ideal choice for application development.
HarmonyOS or Android?
In conclusion, HarmonyOS features an integrated device system. However, it lacks developer support and market recognition. Unlike Android, Android maintains its leading position due to its vast ecosystem and extensive market reach. HarmonyOS future will be determined by how it reduces barriers to adoption and makes itself more accessible.